Welcome to The Consumers. My name is Greg Warren. I am here today with Tim Convy.
Hello, Greg.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. Gonna be a hot one today. I can feel it.
Yeah, I like the wardrobe today. That's an Osaka hat. Is that minor or a Japanese league baseball team?
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
We were in Richmond over the weekend, last weekend, and I got this at the mall there by the club. Less than $11, Sean.
Wow.
It was on sale.
Yeah, Sean O'Brien's with us as well.
I'm here, guys. Don't panic.
Yeah, Sean
I'm
is
back.
here. I also really like the new hoodie. I didn't realize this. That's your brother Kern's new diner in Keene, New York.
This is the classic one. Yeah. So my brother
okay.
owns there's a diner in Keene, New York, which is just outside of Lake Placid. And he recently opened a place in Lake Placid on the strip there called Noon Mark Burger and Fry Joint. So if you're in upstate New York,
Do they have the pies at the burger and fry thing?
They sell the pies, but they're renowned for their pies.
The pies are great.
Up in that area.
Pies are outstanding.
And he finally sent me some.
If you're not even up there, I
merch.
would try to find a way to get up there just to get those pies.
Yeah, get up there regardless. I got some kid food on it.
I don't know.
I'm excited.
At some point, we'll start doing regional brands, and I could see us doing a Noon Mark episode.
There's a history there. I'll tell you that.
Would Kern come in town for it?
He would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
If we fulfilled his rider, he would be here for sure.
Right.
Oh, boy.
First class flight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know.
My brother that is an ex-rock star, he
Whoa.
probably knows what to put in a rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a wardrobe budget he needs.
Yeah. That's tricky. I like the hoodie, though. That's a nice looking hoodie.
Yeah.
Anything on the back?
Yeah. It's the Noon Mark logo.
Oh, yeah. What is that like that outline? Is that like the county or something?
I don't know.
He's got it looks like a state, but I was like, no, that's not a state because I know the shapes.
Yeah.
From my view, it looks like half of Ohio.
Yeah, I bet you it's the county that they're in up there.
It could be the lake.
That could be Lake Placid.
Too many straight lines to be a lake. I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's not. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, it's cool. And the hat. It's criminal that I'm sitting on this side because there's a tiger that you guys are missing if you're watching.
Yeah,
but there you go. There's a look at the tiger.
It's a good looking tiger.
Yeah,
and it does have sort of a Japanese flair to it.
Yeah, I really am into this hat.
And that was less than $11.
It was they had some of it's the Ebbetsfield flannel collaboration. Ebbetsfield flannel collaboration, and they were all heavily discounted.
Okay.
Great time at that Richmond Mall. Good stuff going on.
Yeah, Tim and I were in Richmond not too long ago doing some shows, and they redid the club, and it's beautiful.
Great
It's
show.
just an amazing club. I got to be honest. I hadn't been there a long time, but years ago it was always fun, but it was just the bones of that club were not good. It made it hard to really connect with the audience, and you had to just put it on full speed just to get through the set. But this one, it was like, wow, this is like really, really nice.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Just
really nice people.
great shows.
Some consumers people came out. We had an incident.
Well, before we do that, the shout out also to Stephen F. Austin University because we did that before we went to Richmond.
Yeah.
Beautiful theater, great crew.
Nacogdoches, Texas.
Just awesome, great people, and I think some of them are consumers people now, but that was really fun too.
Yeah, we were. Now that you mention that, we were went to grab some food before before the the show, and we go to sit down. So Tim and I sit down and we get our menus, and there's this guy comes up and he's like, "Can I get you guys something to drink?" And I go, "Yeah." I order my drink, and Tim orders a drink, and then I don't know, maybe what do you think? 3 minutes later,
very quickly,
a woman comes over. She goes, "Hey guys, how you doing? Can I get you something to drink?" And I go, "Oh, actually, the guy got it." And she goes, No. Like shook me off. I'm like, no, he did get it. And they must have some guy there that just, that's Ted. We let him take drink orders. He doesn't.
Right.
He's good at getting the order, but he never gets the drinks.
Yeah. I mean, he'll talk to you.
Yeah, he'll
talk about what
real
take down the order, but he didn't get the drinks.
Yeah. Like he's not actually going to physically bring you a beverage.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, and she didn't. I'm like, you. Then she just walked away. I'm like, you got to explain it. Like, you got to, she just kind of rolled her eyes.
The only thing we knew for sure is that she had been through this before.
Yes.
She was completely confident. Yeah. Like, oh, he already got us, which happens all the time at restaurants.
Well,
She's
those restaurants,
no.
They have turf wars. They might have crossed sections, and that could be a theory.
Yeah.
Where you talk about it in an old bit of yours.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, man, I'm in section 26, and then Ted stepped over. He's out.
Yeah.
Because I'll go to war over this two-top.
I got the feeling it was more of a subordinate relationship, or that he was maybe just the owner's nephew that they let hang out and take drink orders every now and then.
Right.
But what's funny is
the pepper.
He's competent when he ordered. I didn't notice anything wrong when he made the order real well.
Yeah.
Took the order real well.
He nailed it.
Water and iced tea. He didn't even think about it.
Like he didn't ask.
Yeah, he was on it.
Yeah.
Extra ice.
Well, this guy's gonna, and I, sometimes I'm like, they're gonna mess this up. I was like, no, this guy's gonna nail it.
Yep.
And then she came over and completely undercut him.
Yeah.
She was right, because his drinks never came.
Yeah.
And then what did she then? Because she had all the confidence in the world, and she's like, "Yeah, don't worry about that." But then she didn't know a whole bunch of stuff. Remember?
Yeah, there was some stuff maybe with your order. I think that
she was confused on. It was whether things were vegetarian or not, and she was very unsure.
Let me ask: was she rolling the dice all in memory, or was she writing down? I get nervous on those ones that take it in the head.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a old Kevin Nateland, I think, SNL bit.
Oh,
because I remember wanting to do a joke on that, and I think Biggs was like, "Nah, dude, SNL
hasn't been touched." Okay,
yeah, because Nateland, it's like the guy just takes all these crazy orders and never writes it down, and you're like, I know you're not gonna get this.
Yeah,
yeah. But I'm gonna just say right now, I love you, buddy, but you're shaking hard on this tables, a lot of table shaking.
Right. Well, it's so durable and sturdy. I didn't know you would even notice.
Yeah, it's a rock.
It's okay for them to talk bad about the table, but we can't.
There you
we
go.
can't talk bad about our own table.
I'm leaning over.
It's disrespectful to Randy too. You knocked over one of our.
I did knock over.
Yeah, we'll get that.
We'll get that later.
And then we had an incident in Richmond. That was pretty entertaining. Late show Saturday, there was a group of 20 stage right that were they were loud. They were loud, and they didn't know it. They were nice people, actually, for the most part. I think they were. But it was the whole show, and I kind of looked over, and man, the door staff at Richmond is good, because I didn't have to say anything. I just looked over, and the guy was over there. And I think they had been over there a couple times, and they had him outside, and they went outside at one point. They're like, "Hey, when you guys go back in, you guys got to settle it down. You're going to get thrown out or whatever." And they were drinking quite a bit too.
It was somebody's birthday, just one of those.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Sure,
that's good. Groups go to comedy show. That's great, but not that many. You don't need
or not that drunk. Like they were hitting it pretty hard.
But I don't think 20 people should go to a comedy show together. Personally,
I'm with you in that.
As somebody who needs to sell tickets to comedy shows, let's
call everybody.
Let's not just bring 50. Just don't get hammered. So yeah, they get in there, and with about 15 minutes left in the set, I couldn't take it anymore. And I didn't say anything bad. I just kind of looked over. I go, "Hey, what's going on over here?"
Which is your standard go-to when people won't shut up. Greg does the old, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
That's usually the signal for them to go over and talk to him. But it was so late in the game, so I should have really let it go, because there was nothing to be done about it. You're not going to throw out 15 people of a comedy club, especially, or 20 people that late, especially when they're in the front. It's a major thing. Well, so I go over there. And I just say something, and then they're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the guys are right on him, and I can tell they're going to throw him out. So I turned to say, "Hey guys, they don't know, they're just having a good time." I was about to say, "Don't throw them out. It's 15 minutes left in the show. It's counterproductive."
Yeah.
As soon as I was about to say that, one of them stood up and started kind of talking to me when they're standing up. And when they stand up,
never a good sign.
When they stand up, it's just, I don't know why. I think comedians are the only one, because most of the crowd, so what? They stood up. No, when club owners, comics, and staff all know when they stand up, you got to get them out. And then I flipped it. I just was like, "Hey man, I was about to say you guys can stay, but now," and I swore, one of the first times I've swore on stage in a while, but I told him.
He was angry. Sure.
Yeah. It's
understandably.
Funny, not even that angry. It's just that trigger. The thing is, Tim was kind of like, "Man, that was a big event," and I was like, "It was, because it doesn't happen all that often. Now that hasn't happened in a long time, but back when I was middling, or back when the road was a little different, where it was just there's a lot of free tickets, and there's people that just go to see a comic, not a certain person.
Yeah,
that just happened every couple of weeks. It was like me. I was talking to my friend Mark Rose. He's like, "Yeah, man, that's what we did. There's always some sort of thing with the crowd. And then I said some things on the way out.
For the record, I did not say that was a big event.
No, but you acted like it.
Well, I haven't seen you cuss on stage at an audience member before.
And then here's the really annoying, like, because I don't like this culture at all of like, let's catch a comedian doing something bad on stage, and get it on tape and put it on the internet. Who do you think was videotaping?
Our man right here.
Tim. Yeah, he just felt the need to videotape.
Of course I did.
Yeah, which is like.
Not to post. It was for
everything.
Sean. I literally was like, I got to get this for Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he was looking out for your best interest.
Do you know who's seen it?
I hope nobody.
Literally nobody. I mean, Sean will see it for sure. But of course,
Sean's the only one.
No one has seen it. My wife has
Emma
not even
didn't see
seen it. Promise.
Yeah.
Now, will she? That depends, Greg.
Yeah.
What are you paying in 3 weeks?
Literally, no one has seen it. Sean,
thanks, Randy.
Yeah.
Has Randy seen it?
We got to talk about my rate. No one has seen it. It is only for Sean and me.
It's slightly annoying. Anyways, so it's a thing. And then I said some dumb stuff, like as they're walking out, because at that point, you got to fill space because you can't go back to your act because it's going to take 7 minutes to get them out. And I was doing my whole like 1-star people routine, and I said something about them being, I just go, you guys know how I was talking about 1-star people? Big laugh. This is not me just coming up with that. That's happened so many times. And then I said something about like it's a half star between the whole table or something. And then I said some unnecessarily dumb things.
That's insane. I mean, I've seen people. What you said was completely normal we've all seen some things.
As a comic,
what you did was fine, and you had to keep that show going. You had to keep the people going and keep them on your side.
I got a little personal, and
you gotta understand too, man.
You got calling them 1-star people.
The thing is, you're gonna just annoy another 250 people in the room at some point. Not you, the comedian. I'm saying that group. That's why I think it's good to get them out.
Absolutely.
When they cross that line, it's like, hey, man, so other people are here to see the show. They bought tickets, buying stuff. Like, it's fun for about 5 minutes, and now it's like, all right, 20 people. They're out of control.
Yeah.
Which is hard to get out in that situation.
It's hard when there are that many. And there's also a way to do it. Like, basically, you kind of go a little bit earlier. But I don't think they were ever going to get it. They had a lot to drink. So, that happens. And
so they're out.
Tim and I are walking back.
Well, by the way, let me say, I'm out in the lobby as these people are leaving. And they're angry and sort of threatening things and banging on doors. And I mean, it escalated as they left the show, like it does so many times. So they were fired up. They were saying they were not Greg fans. They were very fired up. Yeah. And they immediately went online and said horrible things about the club. And for the comedians, it's like, we've heard this song so many times. It's like, I was just laughing. They're mad at me for laughing. Classic. I was trying to help. Like, it's just all this stuff that it's boring to me because I've just been through it so many times. But it's been a long time since I swore on stage. It's been a long time since I had to kick somebody out, or like, it just hasn't happened in a while. So we went back to the hotel, which was right next to the thing. And as we're walking back, I looked, and in the lobby, I'm like, Tim, there's a big group in that lobby. I go, I bet you it's them. He's like, no way. We look in and we're like, it's them.
All of them.
The only people in the lobby, other than the guy behind the desk, were these people.
Were those people.
So we're like, oh, and it was just like, is this? I knew that they got kind of aggressive on the way out. By the way, this is almost an hour later, because you had a buddy that we hung out with.
Oh, Gene Williams.
Gene,
my friend
awesome.
from Coke, yeah.
So this is like an hour later after the thing, and they're just sitting down there. So for a second, we're like, do we find a back door? We just didn't want to deal with it. And I was wearing that light blue jacket I wear sometimes. So we're like, let's just go in there and we'll cruise by them. And I took off the jacket to be like less conspicuous. We're like, we're just going to go by. They won't notice. They noticed as soon as we hit the door.
Right away. The guy came up and he started.
Well, there they are.
That's literally what it was.
We got.
They were talking about it in that instant.
He goes, that's him. And then one of the guys came up and was like, wanted to fight or something. And it was like,
sure. Yeah.
And part of me, like, you don't need to be fighting. You're
right.
There's a little part of me. I was maybe.
But then 2003, Greg comes out.
I don't know about 2003, but maybe 1991.
I'm saying you were probably tougher in 03 than you were today.
Oh, I'm like,
and
trust
you're
me.
still tough.
The guy I was looking at, I'm like, sir, because I've had those situations where I have this thing in my head where the guy's like wants to fight, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna lose this fight. He's big and young and like might know what he's doing. And then I have this argument with myself, like, are you chickening out here? Or are you just trying to do the right thing by not having a fight? It's just like there's a lot of things going back in my head. And, and I know I'm a dysfunctional person. Like, I'm messed up. Like, I came up, I wrestled. My dad was like, you don't back down from stuff, but you don't start anything. And I think, like, at this age, it didn't have to happen. But this guy, I was like, I can see this going real well for me.
And you got Tim in your corner, too.
Yeah. Even very, very true.
I was literally thinking in my head, I was like, single leg to the right side, pick his leg up.
Bullseye.
And then I was like, he said something like, you want to go outside? I was like, I go, you want to fight over this or something? He's like, and then there was some really nice people. The guy that stood up was a very nice guy.
The guy who stood up in the showroom turned out to be a nice guy.
Like, there was some really nice people.
The other men in this group, they all wanted to fire insults at us, but only the one wanted to fight. As we walked into that building, it did not occur to me that it would. I was like, they're going to say some things, and this is just going to be annoying. It did not occur to me that somebody would be that aggressive. But as we walk in, Greg goes, they do something, I'm not backing down. And I was like, that's a little much. But then here we go. The guy comes over.
As soon as we walked in, he's like, he goes, oh, who's 1 star now or something? You want to go
who's
fight?
1 star now? He ordered the bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then, of course, they all go right for the act. Like, the women, they're like, you weren't funny at all. He was way better. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And whether they were right or not is not important here.
Exactly. I mean, they could have been.
And old me, and part of me is like, yeah, maybe. Then I was like, nah, man. Like, I had some of my favorite shows I've ever had.
It was a great one.
That show wasn't my favorite because I was like, okay, we have to deal with these people.
Yeah.
But and Tim did have some good shows. But they were they always go right for the act. And yeah.
Right. But I think that guy realized that everyone else was like, we're not going to get violent. We're going to I think he realized that. I think he also was looking at Greg because I even saw it. I was like, oh, that wrestler / frat guy was still in there for a second. I was like, oh, and I think that guy was like, nope. So as soon as the woman was like, let's go, he was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And
I don't know. It's an ugly thing. And then on the way out, I think they were staying on our floor because I heard them come in later and they were just loud and like they were just drunk, and it was somebody's birthday party. On the way out, man, on the next morning, I walk out and I walk past one of those ladies who was saying like stuff to me, and her husband was the guy that was the birthday. And the birthday guy was really nice that night. He was like, hey, I just didn't. So I was like, let's just forget. I walk past him and I turn around. I go, hey, man, I said some stuff on stage last night I probably shouldn't have said. I go, I'm sorry. He goes, oh, it's no problem. And I go, happy birthday, man. And then the woman who was like all over us last night, or all over me the night before, she was totally pleasant. It's like alcohol does some stuff sometimes.
Oh, it's insane, man. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that woman that night had who was just really giving it to us, had a T-shirt on that said, I'm not loud, I'm American.
Yeah. There was a lot of that sentiment. So anyways, it was sort of
the shoe fits.
Yeah, it was, I get a little sad sometimes. And like, I just want everybody to have a good time. And but I do have a temper sometimes. And I do, when they stand up, I just feel like, okay, now the whole sort of illusion of a show is gone. Now it's chaos. And if another one stands up, now it's like, it's going to be like, once they stand up, and he didn't know that, like, he was, but it got ugly.
Yeah, man. Well, I think you handled that very well, because I think there's a lot of comics who would have been because I think you are patient. I mean, dude, you and I, we've had our share of arguments, and there's been moments where I'm like, I think Greg might punch me. Even I am like, all right, I better back down. I better back down. And I see the vein flying out of his head. I'm like, you gotta pump the brakes.
Yeah. So. With you, I just get sad. I'm like, I can't. This is gonna be the rest of my life.
Thank you, man. But man, I'm with you. I think you handled that great. I think that I guess the question is, if this one of those goons were to swing on you.
They weren't goons. They were just okay. They weren't. Yeah, they were just a couple of drunk people. If one of the
drunk people who are nice today but were not nice back then attacked you, you would have to handle. I mean,
the guy that was wanting to go. I like.
He would have.
I have like
destroyed him.
You have like you would have destroyed him. I don't know about you.
I can sit on him.
Yeah, just because you talk about like that you don't like fighting, or that it's which is good. You shouldn't fight. But no, I
fake it pretty well.
There is a certain thing like I like that guy. I was not concerned with like, and sometimes you can be deceived. Sometimes you can be like, oh no, that guy knows.
Well, no, that's
karate.
not. I'm not worried about you winning or losing. I'm saying the actual. You would have to be like, I'm going to an altercation with this guy if he takes some sloppy swing at me. I'm gonna basically kill him.
He would have taken him down.
100%. Tim.
Yeah, that's the one thing about wrestling, though. Like, you can sort of just do it without being violent. You can just sort of like, basically, and now I haven't done this in a long, long time, but like I remember in Boise one time, there was a guy that was like that. I'm like, this guy doesn't need to be fighting anybody. And that time I remember I was right. He was being a jerk to some girl or something. And he just like swung and I sort of ducked a terrible and I just shot like a single and he just went right down. And I was just like, just stay there. Just stay down. Like, and I was just pushed. And then it's like, there's no violence. There's no nothing. It's just,
Yeah.
Now, if there's a guy that's
just like, almost de-escalating.
Yeah. Now, if you're a guy that's capable, then you're like, okay, we're going to now. And, and trust me, I am not in great shape. I haven't gone in a long time. So
pretty good
the
shape.
Right person. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. I've been in some situations where I was like,
I didn't know you saw him the next day. That's funny.
Yeah, I did the next day.
I was ready.
And he couldn't have been nicer. Yeah.
Sean, I was ready.
I know, that's the thing, man. I know 95% of them wake up the next day.
Yeah,
they probably don't even remember 2/3 of what happened.
Yep.
They're like, was I that aggressive? That's booze me.
Yeah. But great shows. Thanks to Richmond.
It is. I mean, and the funny thing is like the other 3 shows and the people that weren't them in that show, like it was the other way. I was like, man, this is pretty cool. I haven't worked like at the Richmond Funny Bone in more than 10 years. And these are just some of the coolest comedy fans that I've been around. It was really, really neat.
Yeah.
We should probably get to the brand, I think.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk Super Bowl?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
For a few minutes? Couple minutes.
Yeah. You got to be happy being a Bills fan.
I mean, it was
petty.
That's not true
I didn't
at all.
say anything. I was saying I made my peace with the Chiefs because last night on their that they had that trash touchdown, like with like a minute and a half left. That made me $230 on the or $20 on the squares or whatever. Yeah, those the Super Bowl squares?
Yeah.
It worked. They hit my number, man.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So they get a touch. I needed an 8 for the Chiefs, and then I think it was 0 for the Eagles. So they got the touchdown. So it's like, okay, now that puts them at 6. Are they going to go for the 2-point conversion? They did, and then are they going to get it? And they did. So for once in my life, I was like, all right, I'm going to root for the Chiefs. One time, one play.
For money?
$200.
Sean, that makes me sick.
They weren't going to win.
It's always about the money.
So I still don't like it.
Oh, no.
I was.
Hey, Tim, listen to me. No, I want to be real clear. If that meant anything that it was going to mean the game, I would not. For $1,200, I wouldn't.
I get it.
I'm trying to be. I'm extending now.
I was fired up. I regular season, like the Eagles have no place in my heart or anything, but I've now, in the last 10 years, I've cheered them on in 3 different Super Bowls. I got real into it. I mean, they got that second interception, and I was like, that's how we do it in Philly. Like, I was bought in. I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
What a dude.
I loved it, though. It was great. Great game. Those guys,
Philly.
It was awesome.
God, I was in the
camera.
Philly airport I think it was Thursday. I was in the Philly airport Thursday before the Super Bowl, and there was people going crazy, singing songs, and some lady that was just like, lady, TSA is going to arrest you. Like she just, it was all positive and she was doing, but it was like, she was loud and I could tell TSA was like, what's going on over here? And, and that was before. And on the way home today, it must've been insane.
Oh yeah, man. That city goes hard, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't watch the game, did you, Greg?
I watched about 10 minutes of it.
All right, so you're getting there.
Yeah, not much. I flipped it on, and then I'm so glad I did because I saw the Liquid Death commercial. Yeah. Liquid. And our friend Dan Murphy he's the marketing guy for Liquid Death, so he basically procured that commercial. We got a lot of connections with Liquid Death.
Randy will not take my shot. There we go, Randy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Randy, try to get on that next time because that was getting real annoying. what Tim was doing, real annoying.
I should go back to shaking the table. Yeah, that probably would be better.
I'd rather have
Almost
that.
Single leg took down me.
Yeah, that is cool about Liquid Death, though. Yeah.
Great spot. Real
that
funny.
whole thing. Martin Murphy, his brother, helps produce this podcast.
Love Martin, man.
And their mom, Colleen, runs the Omaha Funny Bone, and Colleen's just the coolest person in comedy, I think.
100%, man.
She is just one of the coolest people I know.
She's the best.
She, if Colleen's around, things are always better.
Doesn't care for Sean.
She likes Sean.
I actually think she loves me.
To a fault.
I'm kidding.
To a fault.
I agree.
She like, stop being so mean to Sean.
I was like, nice. I got a little defense. So
yeah, that she does. She sticks up for Sean.
He does.
The brand this week. Can I do that now?
Don't look at me.
That's fair. No, I did. I brought the Super Bowl, and I just want to say that I'm peaceful with the Chiefs. So let's go brand now.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that we put off the brand for your gambling brag.
Just saying, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the Chiefs for him.
Yeah. The brand this week, if you can't tell, Sean, you want to pick up one of the things that you knocked down? Would you mind doing that? Oh, who cares? Yeah, just it's just because that's a key piece there. The brand is Pepperidge Farm, and I'm excited about it. There's actually kind of some cool stories around this. Let's go to 1937, Connecticut. There's a woman named Margaret Rudkin. Margaret is the central character in this whole thing. She's very bright. She was the valedictorian of her class, and she worked as a bookkeeper at a financial firm on Wall Street. And she met Henry Rudkin there, and they got married. And they did well. He was doing well as a stockbroker on Wall Street. And they bought a 125-acre farm in Connecticut. And they knew nothing about farming. He was probably doing most of he was working on Wall Street. She sort of ran the farm. She knew nothing about farming, but she basically was like, all right, I'm going to figure this out. She was a very can-do, capable person and bright. She was like, all right, I'm going to learn how to slaughter and raise, not in that order, but I'm going to learn to raise and slaughter cows and pigs. She wrote to the Department of Agriculture and got some brochures on that. We got to get into these brochures because that came up with Ben and Jerry's, right? They learned to make ice cream by brochures. Yeah, you're right. They learned business from brochures. Is there some brochures out there on podcasting?
Oh, but I'm there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Who would have
Excuse
those?
me. Absolutely.
Let's write to the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah.
The feds, you think?
Agriculture. We probably don't. The agriculture is probably not the place to start, but Department of Communications or some sort of something for the arts or something. Absolutely. They got
Speaking of the Department of Agriculture, nobody mentioned anything about my new hat, but that's fine.
Let's see.
From the Wisconsin soybean growers.
Oh, that's great, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, man. That looks good.
Yeah, I like it.
Were you sub 11 for that one?
Free, buddy.
Wow.
You go to these gigs, you go to do these gigs. I did a gig for the Wisconsin soybean farmers, and all you got to say is, I like that hat. Like, hey, man, I'll go get you one.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's great.
I will say Greg probably tried to pay for it, though.
Yeah, I will say that.
Nope.
I think that was, yeah. And if you're out there and you're looking, if you're doing like a corporate gig or something, Greg will perform for a hat. So keep that in mind, too.
I
didn't realize that you were doing that, but that's great.
Not the case. Thanks. Yeah, and then a couple of things happened. Her husband was in a polo match and got hurt and couldn't work for a while.
Okay.
And this was also right around the time of the Great Depression, sort of the stock crash in 1929. I think it happened right around that time. So things got a little tighter. And her son, Mark, developed these very, very severe allergies and was really having a hard time with it. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, maybe, let's try to do whole foods and natural food and, no preservatives, no additives, that kind of thing. So she's like, okay, so fruits, vegetables, meats from the farm. And then she's like, at the time, back then, it was all sort of Wonder, very airy, puffy, white bread. And she was like, I'm going to try to get off of that. And I'm going to try to make my own bread. Mm-hmm. So she did stone ground bread, which I think is you take the wheat berries and you grind them up with probably some sort of implement that's made out of stone. And that's how you start to make the flour for the bread. Mm-hmm. And she put molasses and honey and, all natural ingredients. And apparently it was outstanding. Not at first. She said, my first loaf should have been sent to the Smithsonian Institution as a sample of Stone Age bread, for it was hard as a rock and about an inch high.
Good sense of humor.
Margaret, extremely apt, bright businesswoman. Not the most tremendous joke writer in the world.
I liked it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, man, she's new to the game. It's not like, she's working the Funny Bone in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Wherever they're from.
Stick it in a museum is good.
Yeah. Connecticut's the Funny Bone's in Hartford, actually, over there.
Right. But where are they? I'm saying where.
Might be her level more Fairfield.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, where's the farm based out of? How's that research, guy? See?
I think it's Fairfield, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it is Fairfield.
Somebody's paid attention.
Yeah, very good. So anyway, it really worked well for her son, and the doctor was like, "This is great," and then the doctor starts recommending the bread, and then she goes around to other doctors and is like, "Try this bread," and the other doctors in the state of Connecticut are like telling their patients, you should try this bread. So she starts making it and selling it. A couple of things happened. One, her husband got better and started carrying this New York City like specialty shop found out about the bread, and they liked it. So on his way to work every morning, he'd take 25 loaves of bread to this New York City specialty shop on his way to Wall Street.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And then she went to Mercurio's in Fairfield, her local grocery store, and said, "Hey, I think you should start selling this bread." And he was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know who you are." And she wanted to sell it for $0.25, and bread was $0.10 back then. She's like, "No, this is a better product."
She's got a sales pitch.
Yeah.
She's like, "Why should I buy it? Because it cures asthma."
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, my kid got better.
Yeah.
The doctor's calling me.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Hey, you got more?" I was going to use penicillin for my last patient, but I'll take some of these wheat thins or whatever.
You make a good point.
Yeah. Keep it in the pharmacy, too.
Yeah. You make a good point. I would have given it more of a medicinal name, something like Asthma Bread or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't go too deep on that, man.
Doesn't sound good.
Not really appealing.
Asthma Bread does kind of is a turnoff, right?
Yeah. Bring it home. The kids are like, asthma bread.
Anti-asthma bread?
Oh, it's better.
Better. It still doesn't roll off the tongue. Probably not as good as Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah, that's strong.
So she gave the guy a piece of bread, the grocer, and he tried it, and he was like, "Okay," which somebody who called on grocery store managers for a very long time, the sales pitch is usually not that easy. I just want to tell you guys, if you're wanting to get in the business, it's not going to go down as well as because I tried, "Hey, try these Pringles." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, they're Pringles.
They're Pringles. But what are you going to do for me?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And the bread took off. Reader's Digest wrote a big article about it. We should learn a little bit about Reader's Digest because it's a thing of the past. But it was such a thing. It's that like little square thing, isn't it? Like,
well, for a while, wasn't it? I picture it coming out in like almost like TV guide size.
Correct.
Yes. That's what I pictured.
TV guide size. And I thought what I remember about it, it was like shortened versions of novels or like a chapter from a novel.
The Reader's Digest.
Yeah, no, I think Reader's Digest was like a bunch of just very short stories, right?
I think so.
But I didn't realize
my parents got it. I remember as a kid.
It's a big deal.
I didn't realize it was excerpts.
I could be wrong on that too.
I think you're right, Greg.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
So things started taking off. They opened a commercial bakery in 1947, and they were off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
Things were doing well. At one point, they took a trip to Europe, and they found this cookie company in Belgium called Delacre, I think. Delacre.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Del Acre, Delacre, I think. And she was like, "These are amazing cookies." And somehow, this is where the research gets a little hazy. I can't tell. Somehow she convinced them to let her use their recipes. I don't know if there was an official licensing deal or not, but she started making those cookies, and that's what we have here. There's a couple here. You guys, I'll break them out if you want.
Sure.
You got the Milanos?
Milanos are like, now, are you guys Pepperidge Farm cookie people at all?
Oh, I want to be very clear that Milanos are in my top 3 snacks of all time.
Okay.
Right up there with Oreos for me. I mean, I am such a fan. Now, they've expanded the brand, and it's a little harder to find kind of the regular ones. Everything is either dark chocolate or the double milk chocolate or the mint, orange, all kinds of different things. But I love
this.
Milanos.
Is the double milk chocolate, which, I think just has more chocolate in it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I'll take a dark if you don't mind.
You like a dark?
Yeah, but I am such a fan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
He just kind of made it sound, though, didn't he? Like he didn't appreciate all the new type. I thought he would want the regular type. You want a double milk?
Yeah, we'll do that.
And then there's I don't know where
double milk is too sweet for me.
Yeah, somewhere I have, and maybe it's down here. I have the Chessman somewhere. Maybe I dropped that. Oh no, there they are, right here. The Chessman. That's like the butter cookies.
Yeah, those are good.
That have pictures of I think. Do they have chess pieces on it? No, I don't know if it is. I always thought that. There's the double dark chocolate chip, and I like their saying. It says, if you're going to have a cookie, which I've always sort of been a thing. Like
they're basically going all in.
Yeah, if you're going to have a dessert, like I said that about Ben and Jerry's. If you're going to have ice cream, man, have the best.
Yep.
Yeah, don't be like, I'm going to have some diet ice cream or whatever.
Yeah. Randy's house is something similar. If you're going to have a cookie, make it cheap.
Yeah. Tim and I we took Randy's last 2 bottles of water, and I felt bad about it, and so I gave Randy 17 cents because that's probably.
And he actually made a nickel off that.
Yeah, he did.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, Randy.
Give me a double milk chocolate, please.
Okay, I can do that.
There you go, man.
Sean, did you try one?
Over here.
The chocolate chip.
Well, I might have to go the fish before the
whole Milano experience, the digging, for whatever reason, they have those little paper trays. I don't know, dividers. It's just a classy, real classy operation.
It is, it is, and that's what they were going for, was a very European feel.
Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
Yeah, and they did well. The Milanos solved the shipping problem. Actually, did you know this?
Mm-mm.
So originally the Milanos were open-faced. Picture an open-faced sandwich, which I always think is one of the dumbest things anybody has ever.
It really is.
I don't care for
open-face roast beef sandwich.
What a dumb idea.
But that was the cookie.
That was a cookie, and the chocolate
was
melting while they were in delivery, so they put another cookie on top of it to sort of.
And it's perfect.
Yeah,
you know what it was called before it was called the Milano?
No,
what?
The Naples.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Why'd they switch it? I wonder. Those are both places.
I don't know. I can promise you that it was called the Naples.
Naples and Milan.
Because of what Greg said, then she came in and then put the lid on it, essentially.
And they changed the name. Naples and Milan, both places in Italy, right?
Right.
It's weird.
All right, so yeah. Story check.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to Chessman, Italy? It's
West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast.
I thought it was down in the boot.
If you look at it, West boot, West boot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my favorite, the Nantucket, Italy.
Nantucket, Italy.
Really beautiful.
Very nice in the spring.
Where the reservoirs are, I think.
Yeah, these look like pretty amazing chocolate chip cookies right here. Right there. That looks. I mean, it's just got a.
That's solid, man.
Do you want to split that?
I just want a little piece of it.
I'm gonna save my calories for these Milanos. That's all right.
Pretty good.
The chocolate chip's all right.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
Milanos.
I should try a Milano. Would you? Should I try the dark chocolate or the double milk?
Double milk first.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What if I was going to only have one?
Yeah, dude, treat yourself. You almost got into a fight.
Yeah. What do you think? Are Milanos not a regular part of your guys' lives?
No.
No.
Really? Pepperidge Farm isn't.
No.
Really?
And I don't have a problem with it. I remember eating a lot of Pepperidge Farm bread when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
They have this. I always like the paper wrapper. I think that's it's not in all of them, but this one. Yeah, I remember this white bread. It's got the paper wrapper on it.
Every slice is like a trip overseas.
The bread or the
all of it.
Okay, all right.
Doesn't it just feel classy?
It does. It is classy, and it's their whole thing was no preservatives. I don't think that's the case with all of their breads anymore.
It can't be.
No, it can't be. But I think there are some, and there's less ingredients, chemical ingredients.
I'm
more of a
little surprised to hear that it started as a healthy thing, because that is not at all what I
Oh, really? I think the bread, it was always, my mother was very particular about what bread we ate and what sort of stuff we had. And Pepperidge Farm was, I think, had less additives, and it was, it's whole wheat, much of it. Yeah, so good stuff. She then was encountered a cracker company in Switzerland, and this guy, it was Cambly Cracker Company, Kambly. He had these little fish crackers, and she was like, "These look pretty good." And she did secure some sort of a licensing agreement with this guy, Oscar Cambly, and that's how we got Goldfish crackers.
Wow.
Which, and these are pretty cool. Are you guys get involved with these at all?
They're fun to eat, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, it's like I feel embarrassed when I buy them because I feel like I should have kids or something. Like Tim can buy these all day.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can be like, you can lie to yourself and just say, hey, I've given them my boys.
My kids like them. I like the regular ones the best.
Original?
I'm a fan. It's not like they were always in our house growing up, but I think Goldfish crackers are just kind of around. I'm a fan. They play an important part in the my relationship with my wife. When we first started dating, we were introduced by our friends Liz and Eden, mutual friends.
Yeah, really nice people. Really nice people.
And so she was coming in, and we were, I was interested, and I said, what should I have around for Emma? What does she like? And Eden just answered based on something she had seen her eat one time. She goes, "Oh, she loves Perrier and Goldfish crackers." So every time Emma would come visit, I would always make sure I had Perrier and Goldfish crackers, to the point where she'd come and in the car when I'd pick her up at the airport, I had Goldfish crackers waiting. She just thought I was like being hospitable. We might have been together for like a year when she was like, "I don't really care about Goldfish crackers." I'm like, that's her snack, that's her thing. And like Perrier, she wanted nothing to do with Perrier. I think she was drinking a Pellegrino once. Eden saw it and misremembered Pellegrino as Perrier.
Yeah, that's great.
But so now to this day, every now and then I'll bring home some Goldfish crackers.
That's funny.
Laugh about
it.
it.
You can bring home some today if you want.
Yeah, we'll
load up, man.
I will.
Yeah.
That's how you keep the romance
let's
alive,
get those
guys.
cheddar involved.
You want the cheddar, the regular cheddar,
this?
or you want the flavor blasted cheddar?
Whoa!
You know what, Sean? Let's do. Why don't you tell us the difference in taste between flavor blasted cheddar?
Let's talk about this.
Now listen.
Flavor difference between cheddar and what is it?
Flavor blaster.
Pepperidge Farm, that's dumb.
Yeah, they abandoned
flavor blaster.
Yeah, they did sort of abandon their whole culture thing with the flavor blaster.
That would make sense last week on the Nerf episode. That would make more sense.
Yeah, it's not all that European, is it?
No,
I don't think so.
And you can see that there's at some point the Goldfish got sunglasses on his head. I don't think that was around.
Which is cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All right, so let's go.
All right, so let's
go regular first.
Okay.
Regular cheddar first.
Okay, you want to take a drink or something to try to cleanse the palate?
I got it. Don't worry, man. I got this down.
Okay. Sean, if you guys are not...
All right, so that's what's going on.
If you're listening, Sean, right now I'm going to give you the play-by-play. He just had the regular cheddar. He cleansed his palate with a drink of water out of the brand new consumer's mugs.
Good play-by-play.
Yeah. Could use a color guy at this point.
Sean looks tired, like he's been through a lot. He's not as...
You know what? They're right. They did blast us with more cheddar.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought, but I mean, do you...
Here's what I'm saying. It's basically this with more flavor. It's like a stronger... That's all it is. What's your question? Let's start with that.
Which do you prefer? You like the flavor?
Got more flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah. More flavor. I mean, you guys want to get involved and see where I'm right, see where I'm wrong. Go ahead. But
okay.
At least the name makes a little sense. I still wouldn't clear it. I mean, if I'm corporate, I'm not clearing that name, but it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing beats the blast.
Yeah.
Extra cheddar, and the extra has no E. It's just a big old X.
Yeah.
Classic.
TRA.
Yeah.
Not European at all.
Not European. Sort of not refined, not subtle. But the rest of the packaging, the brands, I say, are pretty.
Absolutely.
Definitely the cookies, very almost New England or European. Yeah.
Sophisticated, distinguished. Yeah.
Yeah. She sold Pepperidge Farm to Campbell's in 1961 for $28 million.
Okay.
Quite a bit of quite a bit of money in 1961.
Yeah.
And she became one of the first woman to sit on the Campbell's board.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's really a neat person, man. She was a feminist. She did a lot for women. Like, she sort of said, hey, women are great workers. They are fantastic. And she hired a lot of women, and she was very flexible in her schedule. She's like, I think single women sort of like to work these hours and married women like to work these hours. I don't care what you do, just work. You know, she helped a lot of women start businesses. Really remarkable lady. I knew nothing about her. And sometimes when sometimes I know, like, this is the brand I want to do. Sometimes I'm like, all right, let's just see if we can find something with an interesting story. And these are ones where you're like, you get in and 2 seconds later, you're like, I love this lady.
Right.
You know, it's pretty cool. It's got a neat story.
Yeah. Campbell's,
the soup people.
It's great.
Yeah.
They made her rich.
Yeah, there it is, Tim. Let's wait for you to do that.
I think the timing was perfect. You sort of reeling me in.
Started right.
Reeling me in, and
I was
rich.
I had to find my spot. But I'm happy for her.
Tell me when you find it.
Yeah. I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, crushed it, man.
Thank you, Sean.
Man.
Randy, appreciate
Rich.
the support.
I think that was if I'm keeping track,
Yeah.
keeping score, and I'm not. But
No, you
But
are.
if you're scoring,
I believe that was Tim's second joke
sure was.
in
old
the
one
consumers.
was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do remember because
You find your voice comedically. You got to really,
oh yeah,
you know.
oh yeah.
And mine is soup humor.
I think that was Bass Pro.
No, dude.
This was early.
Way
consumers.
early. Yeah.
It was early and we do tend to talk over each other sometimes, but we're working on it. But that was definitely one where we were talking to each other because it was a pretty good joke, and I stepped all over it.
Oh, you mean the first one?
The first one.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I'm showing improvement.
I waited.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get stepped on.
You stepped on. Unfortunately, it wasn't as good of a joke as the last one.
No.
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
I'll admit that.
I mean, you guys were a coterie of comedians.
Oh, God. Love it.
Randy loves it. Randy loves
I can't take this anymore.
CODERIE.
COTERIE.
No.
Oh.
No, that's
Or maybe
how it
CAU.
sounds. CORERIE, I think.
Oh, coterie. Coterie.
Corey. I think you know what? I think I threw the T in and I wasn't supposed to. Corey.
Different word.
Ah.
Coterie.
No, that coterie is, I had it right.
Oh, okay.
COTERIE.
Then I wrote it down wrong. So
Which word
there
are you
go.
trying to say?
Sean.
Coterie. That's what I tried to say. I did say coterie,
A small group of people with shared interest or taste.
Got it.
Especially one that is exclusive of other people.
Or
a coterie of friends and advisors.
Or
That's
somebody who makes coats.
No, that'd be the factory, right? Oh, I work down at the coterie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the coterie.
Not a person, a place.
Okay.
Yeah.
A company that makes coats.
My daddy worked at this coterie for 35 years. Well,
what accent is he doing?
You guys,
I'm not sure, man.
It's not an accent.
Is that
at all.
Virginia rubbing off? What's going
That's
on?
just a tired person. You guys you've experienced Sean's word of the week, coterie.
Brought to you
was tough
by
to deliver,
nobody right now.
Brought to you by the coterie down the road.
Brought to you by Pepperidge Farm.
But I used it because you guys get on me. I used it. That was a good bingo there, right?
Well, yeah, but then you backed out completely and thought you said the wrong word.
No, I could have remained on handwriting. I honestly, I literally left out. I screwed up.
Yeah, we are a
Just
coterie.
type it out, man.
Why aren't people using? That's a great word. Why aren't people using that?
I don't
more
know,
often?
man. It's got
I've
to
heard
be
it before. That's a word that I've heard before.
Really?
All right, so let's not get too excited. Gotcha.
No, I think it's great, man. You don't have to, find words that are.
I've never heard of it.
Because some of the words, it's like, well, we'll never use that.
I'm going to throw this out.
Go ahead, man. Throw it out.
There's been a lot of talk in the Facebook group, the Consumers Podcast fan page, about coming up with a name for fans.
Yeah.
Right? For if you're a listener,
man.
right? So on the Courtney Show, we have the Great Taste Gang, and there's different. What do the Nateland people call themselves?
Folks.
No.
No, it's folks.
Oh, seriously? That's
Folks.
the name for the listeners?
Oh, he starts every podcast. He goes, "Hey, folks." Yeah.
Well, he says,
Hey,
"Hey, bear."
Hey, bear, and then he go, and then
And
yeah,
he
but
goes-
they're called folks.
Oh, that's the group.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
guess
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since we have such an intelligent crew, should it be the Consumers Coterie? Again, a small group of people with shared interest or taste, especially one that
Let's put it to the group. It
Yeah, you
doesn't
gotta let
roll
the
off
people-
the tongue.
Consumers
I know.
Coterie.
It's an
Yeah,
obnoxious
because
word.
you need to say they are.
Like you could say the
I'm a-
coterie. You could say the coterie.
The coterie.
The coterie. I like the coterie.
Yeah.
We're going to have to let the people speak on this.
Are they coterists? All right, maybe it's not a great idea.
They are the coterie.
I think it's a good idea. I just don't know if we're going to get
a
the
small
votes.
group of people. I don't like that.
An extraordinarily small and isolated group.
7 people revolving around St. Louis and Nashville, Tennessee.
We had some people out in Richmond.
No.
Good work, Sean. I really like that one.
With shared interests or taste, especially one that is exclusive of other people.
Doesn't need to be. All right, maybe it's not the right word.
I like the coterie.
The coterie.
Yeah.
So they would say, if they were introducing themselves, they'd say, I'm in the coterie.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit more like, oh, you
No,
guys.
I like the way Tim's thinking. I just don't know if it's going to be a closer. We're going to see if the people vote on it.
Yeah, right. It's up to them, really.
Them, man.
Yeah.
It's their show.
I did. I think we were talking beforehand. I think there's a lot of fun stuff in the fun facts, so I wouldn't mind going right to fun facts. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm curious because I have a few things.
I'd be happy to.
So let's see if Tim has them.
Yeah, man. Feel free to jump in. You want to do them now?
One other product.
He's got nothing.
I got one. No, I do. I have one.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, Tim. Go ahead. I cut you off.
No, you go ahead.
We say why? Do you know why it's called Pepperidge Farms? Do you have that on there? Why is it Pepperidge
I
Farms?
think we got to that.
Go ahead, buddy.
The farm that. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, my phone just. I got it. I got it.
No, this is not going to work.
All right, we got it. Here it is. Because they had a bunch of Pepperidge trees on the farm.
Yes.
Oh,
there you go.
Also known as the black gum tree, the sour gum, or the tupelo.
See?
Oh. Is that
Learning.
like what we call a gumball tree here, too? Is that
I don't think so.
all the same thing?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Sour gum? Okay.
I'm not sure, but I don't think so.
Randy, check that out.
The Pepperidge tree, the wood is often used to make duck decoys.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just a little consumer's trivia.
Yeah.
Who made wooden ducks?
Oh, the Lego guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and there was like 9 fires.
A lot of fires.
And if you find those original ducks that he made, they're worth a ton of money.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. I made a great joke about that at the time, too.
Did you?
Yeah. About they're hard to track down, but if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Right. I remember that, man.
Man, our boy
Randy liked it.
Gabe is going to be
Gabe will weigh in, man.
He's going to compare that to the succotash joke, and it's not going to measure up.
I mean, I'm calling it. Yes, it's in the moment. It was strong. You didn't give it
So we had to live it twice.
half of what it deserved. I admit that in the retelling, it's not that great.
It is. It's definitely more better in the moment, that one.
At
The
time,
retell was a little
More
rough.
better. It is more.
Or
better.
is more or better. Wait, what did I say? What did I say?
You said it was more better.
And I was supposed to say it's better.
Yeah, more better is a little bit redundant.
That's redundant.
and incorrect.
Yeah. And if you don't want to say redundant, you could say just
I like redundant. And that was
uneducated.
redundant, man. I already screwed off air once today, so
what'd you do?
shouldn't talk about it. I screwed up.
Oh, you screwed off?
I screwed up. Now you're just being a jerk.
Well, you realize that when you admitted
I didn't say
that you
screw up.
screwed
I
up.
said screwed up.
You said screwed off. You
Did I really?
You couldn't
Yeah,
even,
you did.
you
Randy,
couldn't
did I
even
say
say
it?
it right that you got it
Yeah.
wrong.
That's it. I'm walking. I'm walking.
You're about to get.
I was gonna, and the thing is, I was coming in to pick up myself.
You're about to get kicked out of this coterie.
Oh, don't, man.
Dude,
What are
don't
you
put him
saying?
out of it.
Got
He
in.
is the coder.
All right, fun facts. Here we go. The smiley face. Whoa! Get that scissors out, Randy. Fun facts.
Smiley.
The smiley face on Goldfish was introduced in 1997. 40% of the crackers. Boy, this is a rough day.
It's going to be tough, man.
40% of the Goldfish crackers have a smile on them. Pepperidge Farm hired a, quote, smile psychologist because they wanted to convey the right kind of happiness with the grinning fish, right?
Sean,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little test here.
Sure, man.
I'm doing one right now.
I'm just going to pour a couple out randomly.
Pour them out.
Well, that's too many. All right, I'm going to take
Listen.
some of these back.
I'm doing it right now.
We got how many fish there? That's 8.
About 8.
I have
Yeah, how many
six-
smiles you see? You got to flip them over. You got to look for it.
I have 6 fish and 2 smiles. You don't have to flip them over.
That's 33.
If they're on there, it's both sides.
Okay, 33.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the margins.
So they decide that, they want to put a smile on some of these things. They hired a smile psychologist because they wanted to make sure that the fish looked happy. A human smile is as much in the eyes as it is in the mouth. I don't need to tell you guys that. And since the fish couldn't have the same crinkled eyes as a happy face human, they wanted to make 100% sure that the smile was a happy smile and not sneers or leers. You can't have a fish sneering at
Sinister
you.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not appetizing.
No. Seared sounds good.
Seared?
Seared?
Oh, seared, yeah. I don't care for
sneered
seared stuff, though.
Yeah.
Cook it all the way through, especially the salmon.
Yeah, you love your salmon.
I like salmon, but I like it cooked the way through. I don't like it pink. Randy, same thing? There we go. Me and Randy.
Well done, salmon
brothers.
guys.
Are you well done, too?
Never.
Oh, that's right. You like
I go reverse.
Yeah. Do you guys do the thing where you get the grocery store to cook your fish?
No, man, and I know you've talked about it with me, and I
did it last night.
Mm.
Yeah, and they're not even bitter about it.
No, I mean, if it's something they offer, why would they be bitter about it?
Oh, there's stuff like that, like you ever asked one of those people at the Limited to steam your shirt?
No,
they don't like doing it.
Yeah, when you buy it,
yeah.
Oh, so they have steamers there for when they're putting something on a mannequin or something.
Yeah, but if you have a show that night and you need a new shirt, you can just be like, "Hey, man, can you steam this?"
No, well, yeah, that's not their job. That's not a thing they offer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what do you do? Banana Republic does.
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Hey, do you want me to steam
They
it?"
don't offer it, no. But
I don't know if they offer it. You can have it done there.
You can have it done.
Are you throwing them a little cash for that?
No. And
Really?
I'm a tipper. I tip almost everything, but
I know you are.
But yeah, I don't tip them for that. And if I get attitude, I'm like, okay, I definitely need you to do it, and I'm going to go get some asparagus, and I'd like you to steam that too.
Liked it. The first Goldfish flavors.
Only one.
Original.
One. Sorry, Timmy.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to, but we were doing the. Look at it. 9 of these are down there. There's only one smile. Those are all bad fish. It's bad fish.
Bummer.
No smile, man.
I got to say
it's
this.
It's a fraud. Am I right?
This very often.
We're 1 for 8 here.
No, I think that might be a smile.
Yeah, they're basically. I think Pepperidge Farm's cutting corners. What I'm getting at.
Yeah, man. Well,
this isn't. They're not claiming 40%. This is just the internet.
Yeah, but you can't be having 1 out of 8 fish with smiles.
I mean, that's bad numbers, man. Those are rookie
bad
numbers. Right
Part
there.
of the fun. Maybe some of them lost their smiles during the flavor blasting. Did you ever think
Yeah,
about that?
man, yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
but now you said that out loud.
Yeah, because
it
he's
makes
looking at
sense.
the flavor. Yeah. They
blasting
blasted
that-
over the smile.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
But I think that's a problem
Extra
too.
cheese.
Yeah, I agree. And we're calling it right down the middle with Pepper. We're not getting. They don't get a free pass on this.
They don't
thing.
get a free pass. I think these Sausalito, or no, I'm sorry, Nantucket. There is Sausalitos, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Can you tell me though, as a, because your brother's a big Pepperidge Farm guy too, isn't he, Chris?
Yeah, it's his favorite. And the Pepperidge Farm layered cake, similar to the Milano's guys, they've diversified a lot, and they've been like, now we've got this kind or this kind. They used to just have the standard one. I believe it was chocolate icing on like on a yellow cake. It was phenomenal.
That was.
They're so good. It's crazy.
It's interesting you brought that up because I forgot to mention it. She did buy Black Horse Pastry Company in Keene, New Hampshire.
Really?
Yeah, and I believe that's what that was for. It was right around the time when there was people were getting more and more freezers, I think.
Oh.
And so she was like, I'm going to get into the pastry business. And I think that cake is part of it. And so I should get involved with that.
Oh, my goodness. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Randy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, now they have all the crazy kinds, but it's that original kind, which used to be the only one they had. It was great. So, I don't know. It's another great. But yeah, those
thank you.
Cakes are unbelievable. Can't recommend them enough. In 1956,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I wanted to ask. I asked about your brother. Do you have a feel for, can you rank these cookies? There's so many. Or do you have a top 4 or 5? Do you have a...
I'm not qualified to do that.
Okay. So you're just Milano or
Milano's
bust?
a regular part of our life. I've had the other stuff, but I can't tell you. I'm not... My commitment is to Milano's more so than it is to the brand,
the Pepperidge brand.
Farm.
But there are people that just love the whole line. I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love Milano's, and I love those layered cakes.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Goldfish
There's
crackers.
one called Brussels. There's one called Geneva, I think.
Yeah.
One of them is sort of like has a jelly kind of. The way I'm going to describe it is not going to be appetizing, so I don't want to do it. But it looks good. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those are good. Those are fancy. Those are good.
Very fancy.
Yeah, those are really good.
These are fancy cookies, guys.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the Goldfish not so fancy.
Yeah. Randy, we'll leave
Flavor Blaster, definitely not fancy.
Right. That Goldfish, it feels like such a outlier of that brand of
Yeah.
that brand portfolio. Is that what you'd say?
That sounds good to me.
Good.
Yeah.
Or the consumers, no big deal. In 1956, 63-year-old Parker Fennelly of Northeast Harbor, Maine, began appearing in Pepperidge Farm commercials as Titus Moody, delivering bread in a horse-drawn wagon. It was one of the most successful and longest-running advertising campaigns ever.
Yeah, I took a look at a couple of the ads, or one of the ads last night. I kind of remember them. They haven't been around for a while, I don't think. But yeah, it's very New Englandy, and he's in a horse-drawn carriage, and he's talking to people, and and there's two Titus Moody's.
They recast
in the history. They recast.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think the first Titus Moody, Parker?
Mm-hmm.
He was really tight with the first Aunt Viv from The Fresh Prince, and when she left over a contract thing, he left too.
Also parted, and they had all with one
solidarity.
Yeah, sure. The dominoes, right?
Think about that's what's fascinating about this thing.
Aunt Viv of all people.
Yeah, Aunt Viv.
That is crazy.
And Titus. Yeah.
And was Becky from Roseanne involved in that?
Yeah, she was in
that was
the whole deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's why this podcast is great. The name of the goldfish is Finn, which is like
with two N's, right?
I could have guessed, with two N's.
Oh yeah, you would have named that. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He does have a fin-like quality.
Yeah. Well, it's a fish.
Wait, I got to throw a flag on that.
Okay.
I don't have that. I have the name as Boomer.
Really?
Yeah.
Your research tells us Boomer.
It says the goldfish mascot. But what do you think that'd be?
Right.
That's where the internet. We've been through this before. That's where the internet's
absolutely,
tricky.
man.
It's so I can't. I'm not, dying on this hill. But
no, Randy's going to do some work on this. Name of the Pepperidge Farm mascot. Man, that's a good one.
Yeah, I love to see this because, it just could be people just making stuff up. So
Ben.
All right. Can you see if Randy, if there's a Boomer?
Were you hold on a second? Right. Were you Googling Cincinnati Bengals quarterbacks instead of Goldfish mascot name?
ESPN broadcasters,
ESPN broadcasting.
Not my week. It's just
morning show radio guys.
Yeah, or University of Oklahoma fight song. Is that what you were Googling?
Yeah, no, I did that too. So I guess nothing on.
You can't
even find it, Sean. We are Googling.
He literally Googled Pepperidge Farm Goldfish mascot Boomer. It doesn't even come up.
I'll send you the link. Of where
you
I got
will.
It from.
Of course you will. Yeah.
I mean, it was like.
I mean,
it's one of those things on Google where
come on, buddy. You're not even close. I swear. You're not even close.
When we stop, I'll show you wherever I got it from. Here's what I do. I try because I'm assuming Greg's gonna get. Like if I just look at what the top 20 searches, I'm like Greg's probably already in there. So I'm going down, like 9 pages over in Google.
Yeah, why?
Like I'm going deep dive Google, where that's probably where it gets in the weeds.
Why and
where
the
it's
logic.
just like.
Yeah, he's about the why and the logic.
That said, we're putting the word boomer in. It's one of those things where they give you the listings and it's crossing out the word boomer. Yeah, and it tells you them.
This is interesting. Not only is he wrong, in 2006, Finn was joined by 3 friends, each representing a different variety of goldfish. The friends were Brooke, Gilbert, and Extreme. Not Boomer.
No Boomer.
He's not even one
man.
of the friends.
No Boomer.
I know.
Where did you, honestly, you don't remember where you got this? You had to get it in the last.
I just told you. I just said. I'll go on and I'll do like 20 pages deep.
Okay.
And that's where it just gets in the weeds. It just gets too out of control. So
yeah.
What's also funny is Sean didn't just offer that information up. He was correcting.
Oh, yeah. No, that is Sean O'Brien, man.
Yeah.
He's a guy that has no clue and will insist that he's got the answer.
We'll find
No, I said, quote, I'll throw a flag. And this is what I got. And then you guys prove me wrong.
Margaret Rudkin, the centerpiece of the story that Greg's been telling us about, the Margaret Rudkin Pepperidge Farm cookbook was the first cookbook ever to crack the New York Times bestseller list, which is crazy because now so many cookbooks are up there. Sean's is still number 4 and holding strong.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, guys.
After a year. No, it's a testament to your recipes. But that's the first one ever that was on the New York Times bestseller list. I think that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Because I think of what are some of those old, The Joy of Cooking is like.
Joy of Cooking is the big one.
Yeah. I think that there's a Betty Crocker cookbook that my mom gave me that I still have. That's like a That's a big deal.
That would make sense. Yeah. I don't know much about cookbook.
You know, Julia Child was into goldfish.
Goldfish. She served them at Thanksgiving.
I got it right here.
And what was her drink?
The Boomer.
Yeah, the Boomer. It was definitely the Boomer.
Boomer on ice, I think, is what she did. Yeah.
Was it Boomer on ice?
Boomer on ice.
Was that crushed ice or was that cubed ice?
It's seasonal, whether she went cubed or crushed.
Yeah.
You know, it was Bombay Sapphire Gin. That's what she would drink.
Really?
That's that's what's in a Boomer. Dude.
I got it. I see what you do. I'm connecting that. So.
That's what's in a Boomer. Culture Magazine said goldfish are meant to be eaten in soup. I disagree. They're not the right thing for. You got to go oyster crackers.
Yeah,
but that original right there, you don't think that's a very much like an oyster cracker? It's a thinner oyster cracker.
There's something about it that doesn't work for me, I've tried it. Yeah, I'm a big soup guy. You guys know that. I make Campbell's jokes.
That's right.
Twice an episode.
Oh, yeah.
So trust me.
Why are we talking about Campbell's? We will. We should showcase them. Give them a little respect.
Those jokes were stupid.
Damn.
You made the same joke. That's not fair. You used my joke against me. I am.
But it's still funny.
I am quitting the podcast. Pepperidge Farm bread.
Come on, man. Don't be a baby.
Pepperidge Farm bread was on board during the Apollo 13 mission. We all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
That was the bad one, right? I mean, there was a movie.
No,
they made it back.
They got back. They made
it back.
Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Ed Harris was involved. Somebody else was up there.
You know, these were actors that played, right?
Oh, dude, I've seen it a million times. Those are the guys.
You know, that's not a documentary, right?
No, they needed the best of the best, and it was Hanks and Bacon. Let's see what the problem is.
Who played John Glenn? Was it Ed Harris?
No, because I think Ed Harris was on the ground in Houston.
Oh, yeah. They all had those short sleeve shirts and ties on.
Gary Sinise. Sinise was up there.
That's right.
Because Sinise and Hanks were in Forrest Gump, and then they did this together.
Okay.
And I believe that's a Ron Howard joint.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
And Cliff Howard I think his brother was one of the guys in the... Clint Howard was one of the guys in Mission Command.
Yep.
All those guys, they all had, they all had short sleeve shirts and ties.
Yeah. NASA.
Yeah.
We should do NASA at some point.
That's another one on the table, man.
NASA.
Is it a brand?
Wild. Well, yeah.
I don't know if it's a brand.
1995, that was the year of movies, man.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
All smash hits in 95.
Yeah, Paxton was in there too.
Kevin Bacon, come on.
Great movie.
Yeah, Clint Howard's in there.
Wait, so who did you just... Was John Glenn a part of it? John Glenn was way before this stuff. This is Jim Lovell.
You're right, man.
Yeah,
You're
John
right.
Glenn was...
I was thinking that movie with the three African-American women that were instrumental. It was a great movie.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Great actors. Olivia Spencer, I think, was in it. And
and
John Glenn was in that.
He was come up with the name. Taraji P. Henson is in it.
Taraji P. Henson was the main character in the movie, I think.
What is it called?
And Kevin Costner was the boss, I think.
Yep.
Something to do with solving problems.
Yes.
Solving math problems. It was called Solving Math Problems.
Hidden Figures.
Or Hidden Figures.
Remember that.
Yep. Hidden Boomers.
Hidden Boomers.
It has a double meaning, Hidden Figures. So they were behind the scenes, but then also
I don't get it.
Numbers. You got to trust me.
Okay.
The mill that's on the packaging for the Pepperidge Farm thing, the old classic ones.
The grist mill.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Wayside Inn.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the top. Yeah.
In the Wayside Inn Grist Mill in Sudbury, Massachusetts.
Yes.
It was built by Henry Ford as a museum and an operational mill.
Yeah, they used it for a few years.
Hey, cool. It's cool.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That is it for fun facts.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
I think we need to get to what are we calling them? Convents or?
What's going on with that?
Consumers comments with Convy. Convy's consumers comments.
Somebody had a good name in the.
I don't. People were doing like conviments or something, and I don't want to. I don't like the combo words.
You don't like it? Okay. All right.
Comments with Convy.
Yeah.
Consumer comments with Convy.
Nope. It's too much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's too
much.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys want then?
That second one, yeah.
Maybe we do a poll on the Facebook thing.
We could poll it, man.
Polls. They can pick.
Coterie comments.
No, that's what the new name for the people might be.
Yeah,
coterie. Yeah. Oh, right. That makes sense.
Convy's
we're using consumers coterie comments.
Let's hear from the coterie.
You guys get
There's
it.
a lot of alliteration.
Words from the coterie?
Yeah.
Let's hear from the coterie, Tim.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
Coterie time. Okay. Over in the comments, these comments
Is that
kind
a
of
Mark Norman nod?
Pardon me. What?
When you said coterie time?
No, what is he? What's the Norman nod?
He just goes, comedy.
Oh, comedy.
Yeah, just the way you said it was very Mark Norman-ish. Very, Mark's,
Comedy.
I'm sure you guys know about him. He's pretty famous. And he's
Go check out Mark Norman.
very funny, man. He's very funny. Very funny. And a really good dude.
Yeah, he's great. Big fan. Real fun.
You opened for him, didn't you?
I did at the Fox Theater. He, Dan Soder, and Jim Jeffries.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows I've
Killers.
ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. All right, here we go. Lots of pictures of me photoshopped driving forklifts, first of all.
Yeah.
All over the Facebook.
Oh, because you're a forklifter.
Yeah, so if you missed it. So most of these comments come from the last episode. It was the Nerf episode, and we told the story of when I took a fork. For my own reasons.
Stole.
Most people on my side, but also Sean called me a forklifter, and so lots of forklift humor going on. These comments are from the Facebook page as well as the YouTube comments.
Right.
Great work on the Photoshop, guys.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. I appreciate that that you read the Facebook page. You kind of ignored it for
I did not ignore
time.
it. I did not ignore it. I make choices. I curate.
Yeah.
Convy's curated coterie comments.
Convy's curated coterie comments. I like that.
Convy's curated coterie consumers comments.
Yeah, there it is,
man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the 5 C's.
It'll take a couple
Is that
days.
5?
5 C's. Yeah.
5 C's. I think we should
Convy's.
go 5 C's time.
Convy's curated coterie consumers comments. Boomer.
Convy's comedic. You guys get it.
Boomer the fish. That's not.
Lots of comments about this. We haven't brought it up yet, but it is official. We are going on the Nateland cruise.
Yes.
Yes.
We are. Yeah. How
We're
about
going
that?
on the boat, guys.
So
We're going sailing.
February of 2026. The Nateland at Sea. It's called.
Yes.
It is the Nateland Podcast Live. It is the Consumers Podcast Live. It is Don't Make Me Come Back There Podcast Live.
Our buddy Dustin Nickerson.
As well as some of our favorite comics all in the Nateland world. We're all performing stand-up as well as doing the Consumers Live on the ship. And then, I mean, it's all your Nateland favorites are on this thing. John Christ is on. We don't need to name everybody.
John Christ, Joe Zimmerman,
Mike
Vecchione,
Nick Thune, Julian McCullough,
Nick Nowicki. Some of my favorite people to watch. Aaron Weber, of course, Dusty Slay, and Brian Bates will be there, of course.
Yep.
But and more. But some of my favorite people. And Sean, did you get some people reaching out to you when that got announced?
I got a lot of people
reached
out, which was really cool. Somebody reached out. I just don't know if I should say it.
No.
Oh yeah, no. I wasn't trying to lead you into that.
Okay.
But now I know what you. Yeah. Sean's ex-girlfriend reached out. And,
really?
Yeah.
After how long?
Yeah. What do I care? She's not going to listen.
Nah. I mean,
it's just funny.
you're not saying anything. Yeah, it was just
Swedish girl?
15 years.
No, this goes way
No, but
back.
Sweden and I, we'll give a little thumbs up on the Facebook stuff. She's still,
What'd
she's
she
great.
say? Can't believe they put your name
Oh,
before
no,
Convy.
she was just like, she was just like, holy, I'm a Nate fanatic or something. That's crazy. She's like, how is he? And I'm like, oh, I got it. She thinks I might be like super close with him. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not.
And Sean leaned into it too.
I was like, let me tell you, pretty cool. I was like, I know some things.
Yeah.
I go, that guy is off stage the same way as he is on. Real chill. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably be seeing
that's
him
all
in a couple
true.
days.
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah,
that.
no, I know, but I'm just staring into this thing of
Yeah.
I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah,
So,
I think
like
you
I'm
should-
like this super close.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think that's cool. And then Tim,
I was nice to it. That was nice.
you had a bit of a problem with the way the thing was billed, right?
No, I don't. I asked if she brought up that your name was billed before mine.
Oh yeah, my name
On the poster.
I did get
on the poster.
That I'm the last.
Tim's is the last, and Sean comes before him.
Yeah. Some of the
even
local
though O'Brien
comments.
is not before.
No, C is definitely before O.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Yeah.
And you definitely
As I
have more
understand
rank
it-
than me.
As I understand it.
Yeah.
Nate just looked at some tape.
Nate's seen me a few times.
I know he went and looked at some tape side by side of your stand-up, Sean's stand-up, and then you on the podcast and Sean on the podcast, and he's like,
And he made a decision.
O'Brien goes first.
Okay. I'm I'm just happy I made the cut.
Yeah, I am too.
That's the right attitude,
yeah,
buddy.
I am too.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it is next year. There was like 5 people that were like, yeah, have fun on Sunday.
Yeah. Where's suntan lotion?
There are dates. There are dates and everything on this.
And get it. We would like some consumers fans there, as many as possible. And this thing's going to sell out quick. I mean, by the time,
Oh, it'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think by the
time.
time.
If consumer fans come, I'll hang with you. Yeah. See, I'm man of the people. I'll be right in there. With
you.
Yeah. Let me just tell you, after a couple minutes hanging out with the man of the people, you might be sorry.
I don't appreciate that, man.
Yeah, how do we get rid of this guy?
I know. They're like, well, I'm gonna get to my we're gonna get some sleep in.
I'm gonna get over to the spa. I got a massage. We don't have a massage. Book one.
It's closed.
Book
one. Get one now. Tomorrow. First one. Can't take this kid.
Nateland@sea.com if you want to get involved. People very excited on all the comments for that, though. All I can say is that, the snack offering, Todd Green said, all I can say is the snack offering on the cruise is going to be lit, plus forks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to steal forks from the Nateland cruise.
You know what?
Don't be stealing forks.
I know.
Yeah, that shit.
I mean, I'll do it for you.
Don't do it. Seriously, man. You guys can't. You can't.
Honestly, I wouldn't steal, but I would talk to the staff and I'd be like, listen, here's $10. You turn a blind eye. I take one of these.
Exactly.
Everybody wins.
So basically, that happens a lot. Where that's one of my favorite stealing things. It's like, oh no, I didn't steal anything. I just encouraged somebody to steal from their employee. I just encouraged a 19-year-old to steal from his employer.
You do it too, man.
I don't.
You do it. Ready for this, Tim?
Yeah.
You do it with the valet parking at Busch Stadium. So what are we talking about here?
It's not true.
That is true. Look, you're just. That's
I tip
cool,
him.
Dude.
I tip him.
Yeah, but I'm saying you overcompensate the tip because you get the free parking.
It's not free parking. I don't get free parking there.
You used to.
No, I never did. I'm telling you, I never did. Wait, it's $35, and it was 30 for a while and 25, and I always gave him like an extra 10.
I'm not.
Now, if he's keeping it, then yeah, but I pay cost plus. I have no idea whether he's stealing from his employer.
I thought Jimmy was giving you on the elbow.
No. If I don't. No.
One time we didn't have to pay.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to steal a fork, is the point. That's Tim's business.
I spent a lot of time curating these comedic comments.
Yeah,
sorry, buddy. Go
from
ahead.
the coterie, so I'm going to give it.
Cheddar.
The coterie speaks.
This one, more fork talk, and this one hurts me to read, but I'm an honest man. Susan Vance said, in college, I took a class where we ran a cafeteria-style restaurant on campus. The professor,
You gotta stop hanging out with me, man.
Randy
loved it.
It's your S's that you're having trouble with.
Yeah, that's true. At least we've identified the problem. Now I can get to the bottom of it. The professor, a chef, made us count all the silverware after service. If we were missing any, he'd make us dig through the garbage to try to find them. One day, I had to dig through a garbage can full of chicken parts to find a missing fork. While listening to this week's episode, I kept thinking, I hope the chef at that restaurant didn't have the same policy.
Probably did, man.
There's no way. They were so inexpensive. It wasn't a fancy one.
Slippery slope.
By the way, if that ever happened to me, there's my almost fight. Some chef, I'm working at a restaurant, which I worked at a bunch, and like you have to dig through the trash. It's like,
I want to point out that Sean's been fired from a couple of restaurants.
Yes, Cheesecake Factory. But we're all good now.
Bravo,
we're friends. No, I did not. No, Bravo did not fire me. I left Bravo because they were sick and ship, and they closed 6 months later.
They couldn't keep it together.
No,
without
it's like you guys are a mess.
They only lasted 6 months.
And actually, they had good food at Bravo. They're all. I mean, I don't know. There's some still out there in the country.
Yeah.
There wasn't bad food, but the store I was at, it was just a complete train wreck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's bad when I'm like, you guys are you're not focused. There's just people are walking out. It was just not a good place. So.
Yeah. That girl that you worked for was really nice. That man who used to come to the comedy show?
Robin, yeah, she was nice.
Yeah,
she was nice. She's a Chiefs fan, so she trolls me a little.
Okay.
Larry,
I appreciate that.
Larry Marshall said, it sounds like times are tough for Tim. I'm going to mail an entire set of silverware to the address from a few weeks ago. We'll get to that in a second. Maybe someday Greg will actually check that mailbox and Tim can use his new cutlery.
I know, Greg.
Greg did check the
mailbox. Did check it.
Finally, guys.
Should we just get to that now? We'll just get to that now.
What do we got?
I got more comments.
Do comments, and then we'll get. And we don't have to do all the mailbox stuff today.
Okay.
We got a few things.
I really like this one. Aaron Edwards said, when I was a teenager, my sister stole one of the salsa cups from a local Tex-Mex restaurant. We had eaten. She got a to-go box, wanted the salsa, so she stuck it in there. While I don't condone what she did, I definitely used it at home. And to be fair, the salsa tasted better out of it.
What did she steal? I don't know. I'm trying to picture this salsa.
The little bowl that the salsa's in.
Yeah, like the ramekin is the word we're looking for.
Oh, the actual ramekin, the ceramic ramekin?
Yeah, and it tasted better out of it.
Not in Greg's watch, guys.
You know, nobody.
I'm not saying it's okay.
Yeah.
I just like her qualifier. It tasted better.
Yeah, nobody has ever argued that that car that I stole drove really fast. You guys don't understand. Yeah.
Rob Lunsford said, disappointed to find out that Tim is a forklifter and that he phoned in the comment section of the last podcast.
He did.
On the bright side, I've now made $35,000 off his Bitcoin ad read. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
See,
nice.
Silver lining. Silver lining. Gabriel, of course, weighed in. He said the forklifter's joke was, drum roll, please.
Oh, Gabriel is
he's our guy, man. He ranks him.
If he says it was worse than my joke.
No, this is like Hall of Fame. I made.
If he said it was worse,
of course he compares it all to the suffering
succotash joke, which I told, but the forklifter joke's way better.
Yeah, he said it was vastly superior to the succotash joke.
Yeah, vastly. Come on.
But then the Parker Brothers / Parker Lewis can't lose joke. You struck gold, Sean. I love that joke.
I said it last week. That's why this guy is good, because he listens. I said it. You guys just bombed on here, and I got nothing.
It was because it was the timing.
Maybe it was the timing.
Because it was about 5 minutes later, you go, Parker Brothers can't lose. Was it that bad?
No, I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
I don't remember. I think
I didn't go back and watch, so I'll take Greg at face value.
Yeah.
Felt good to me. Some random ones from all over the place.
Brothers.
9 minutes later. Parker Brothers can't lose. Man, this guy's timing is horrible.
This one I like. Matthew Harris said, I think one of the funniest parts of this week's episode was when a kid got stuffed into a locker at Greg's high school. They called it getting warned.
It's not true.
I will never refer to it as anything else. No, we should take a second here because we have listeners all over the country.
Yeah.
A lot of them if you're in the St. Louis area, getting warned, we all know means getting stuffed into a locker. So I think it
definitely did.
Yeah.
No, I did.
So Eastern Missouri, St. Louis area, getting warned means getting stuffed into a locker.
I love it. And Greg did that or something to the equivalent of that.
Me and some
threw
guys
him in a dumpster. Dude, watch the movie Lucas. Greg is like all the bad guy goons in that movie.
It's not true.
And then Tim's like the Charlie Sheen, the hero.
I think most of us are a combination of all those people.
I'm not, man. I was never a bully.
I don't know if I saw Lucas, so I can't.
You made your sister cry.
Oh,
boy. A lot.
Twice.
That's not what she said.
I did. I did one time, 2 times. It was a long time. It was when that girl broke up with me. I was real sour. So then I was mean to her once.
Yeah. At D21 said, this podcast is just 3 rednecks reading Wikipedia.
Guys.
Rednecks?
Yeah. I think we found the new name for the podcast.
Redneck.
3 rednecks.
Welcome to 3 rednecks reading Wikipedia. I loved this comment.
I did too.
I loved it.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Tim is as far from a redneck as
I know.
He is like he went to this exclusive private school.
Yeah.
He is not a redneck. There's nothing redneck about Tim.
I think of Sean as being so far from being
because he's East Coast. East Coast.
Like,
yeah.
And there,
it could just be a troll move.
We're a lot of things. You can say a lot of things about it, but rednecks does not fit.
Well, one thing, I'll never pull anything I get off Wikipedia. That's why I got Boomer.
Yeah. I do want to mention this right now because sometimes I wonder, I'll tell you, I look on the internet and I just try to find a bunch of different sources. If I can, I will try to look for something in the New York Times or, that has an article about some of this. But a lot of times, man, it's Mental Floss is really good. Wikipedia is really good. Mashed is very good. And there's some others that we should probably give credit to more often. But those are any ones that you guys notice that you take from a lot?
So for me, it is intense in-person interviews, face-to-face, and then I like
you're out there on the street.
Yeah, it reviewed by no fewer than 10 peered review sources.
Yeah, okay.
Before I'm going to bring it to the podcast. And that's just how I do it. It's how I feel comfortable.
I got you. I hit him on Twitter. I really attack, which, by the way, we got to get into something. You're still going, though.
Well, yeah, but it sounds like your thing's important.
No,
if it's
just
important.
give me, just throw it to me after this because I need to get involved with something.
All right, I'll toss it on over. William Edwards said, hear me out.
Billy.
So because of the Fritos episode, I bought some Fritos scoops. I was making PB&J for lunch, and the scoops were sitting right there. One thing led to another, and I dipped a scoop in the Jif. Long story short, it was fantastic. Congrats on your 250th episode, guys. I love
Thanks,
the show.
buddy. Yeah, $0.25.
Oh, Jif and Fritos?
Oh, no, quarter.
Delicious.
Absolutely. What did you say? $0.25.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not even going to hurt you. I don't care.
It was dumb.
We all say dumb stuff, but that was pretty dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
It was, man.
$3.90
And I was
territory.
going to hit him, but
$3.90.
I'm a hypocrite.
I don't
Half
think
a
it's
mil or quarter mil.
If it was
Dude,
okay, here's the
that
thing.
was pretty stupid.
First of all, you would have never caught it had I not corrected myself.
Not because I didn't do the numbers. I just was reading the thing.
Quarter mil.
Quarter mil.
I don't even know how to do
250
this
times 4 is 1 million.
Dustin Gaddis said, I know we like to joke about Greg Warren having throwaway walk money, but I don't think any of us realized he had throw avocados at people money. What a stud. We talked last week about
Again, it stems from the bullying. That's where this comes from. He's a violent man.
Yep.
You hear the beginning of the episode. He's ready to fight people.
Yeah.
Anger.
That guy almost got warraned in Richmond.
I know. And you were there for him.
Yeah, I know.
You're filming it.
Wesley Martin, 7682, completely missing the point in my opinion. He says 369 episodes in, and I remain confused. The name of the podcast is The Consumers, but does one actually consume Nerf, Otis Elevators, Southwest Airlines, or Legos? No. Consuming doesn't mean in the edible way that you're consuming food. It means in the business sense.
Consumption.
Consumers are out there, like the people, the public. You're taking your brand to consumers.
Yeah. This guy's wordsmithing.
Come on, Wesley.
Yeah. 369, is that what he said?
Yeah. So at least he's on the inside with that.
Third of a mil.
Third of him. It is. That's really, really great.
What if we put third of a mil, forklifter, $3.90 in a shirt?
No, they're all there.
separate shirts?
Yeah, they're separate shirts.
But then say
And
like
$3.90 is
Chisler move.
$3.90 is going to sell a lot.
All right, carry on, Tim. Sorry.
Matt Goodell, I found this really interesting. We talked about Nerf last week. Obviously, that was a topic, and we talked about different kind of meanings that it has. You talked about racing and stuff. Matt says, in new parlance, to nerf is to make something weaker, in video games mostly, but I've heard it elsewhere. So if a gun, a car, whatever, is too overpowered, the game manufacturer will nerf said item to bring it more in line with the rest of the guns, cars, whatever. The opposite of that would be.
He is 110% right.
I don't know anything
We
about
literally
this.
do it I play silly Golden Tee, the golf game.
Yeah.
And the balls, like you can buy different golf balls, whatever. And they quote nerfed a golf ball, meaning it used to be able to go 400 yards. Now it only goes like 350.
That is
So
really
that's everyone's like, they
interesting.
nerfed the stouts. It's the name of the ball, the stout ball.
So
like, they nerfed it.
The flavor blaster here, they did the opposite of nerfing.
Yeah,
They buffed it. Is what that's called. Buffing.
It's buffing?
Yeah, that's the opposite
They
of nerf.
buffed those Goldfish.
Yeah.
Cheddar.
That's interesting. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Wanted to get an update because a few people checked in. Last episode, you brought in a dog toy that you used for Red, your dad's dog, that had been discontinued. It's his favorite one.
Yeah.
Some people were kind of looking and sharing links. Did you find one? Did
Some
you have any
people
luck?
sent me some links. Unfortunately, this thing is done.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it sold out. Somebody sent me a link
man.
where there's one left on eBay or something. But like, it's discontinued.
That's
They're not
too
doing
bad.
it. Yeah, it's. I might encourage the coterie to do some sort of letter writing campaign at some point.
Good
right
idea.
now, no.
Good idea. Create some demand. Perry Myers, Y7H, said, my family and I saw your show in Oshkosh. My wife and I saw you before the show, Greg, and you were so nice. It was my Christmas present.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it was amazing. Sean, you killed.
Oh,
Great night.
that's very
Thanks for
nice.
letting us bring our teens to a clean show that they loved as much as me.
Yeah.
It's great.
I was
What?
nice. I was nice. I didn't bully anybody. There were teenagers there. I didn't put them in a locker. It was nice.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. You're turning a corner, man. I mean,
It's
you're a better
great.
person now.
It's so stupid.
How many kids, Tim, do you think Greg threw in a dumpster in high school?
Oh, through his entire high school career?
Yeah. Over, under? 12.
Oh, way more. Are you out of 12? 12? That's in an afternoon. That's a Thursday for Greg.
Again.
That's a Thursday at Kirkwood High School.
Oh, man, how deep do the demons live, Greg? That's the question. How deep are they? Because there's the number in his head. I think that the question is, what did he do?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one. I keep thinking of one thing we did, and it was terrible. And I'm not proud of it. But
Oh, boy, it wasn't like Breakfast Club stuff, right?
No. There's some stuff.
Greg, he wore the gloves with the fingers cut out.
No, that would be me. I was more the nerd. Greg would be, what's his face?
Oh, you're right.
Emilio,
the wrestler. Of course.
Emilio
Estevez.
Estevez.
Yeah.
Hey, nerd. MC Morris 67 Force. Convy's comments come in one of two categories: completely coasting or carefully curated. Fair.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
And
I think you're putting more of an effort in this week, so I appreciate it.
I put in plenty of effort last week.
Didn't show.
No, I was. It's so seamless with me that it's like
I see.
you think, oh, this guy makes it look easy.
I see.
Not the case. Like I said, interviews in person with people. Tyler Bunch of Numbers commented. This is going to wrap it up.
Oh, we've heard from him before.
Throw it back. Oh, we absolutely
he's
have.
back
yeah,
in.
Yeah. Before we throw it over to Sean, he said at 3, he gave the time code. He said, we have the consumer's battle cry. Sean yells, I don't know. I'm here to learn. We are all Sean. We are all Sean. By the way, Greg hounding you for not curating the comments or sending Mook his Lego is a little hypocritical. Exhibit A, the overflowing P.O. box. Greg finally went to the P.O. box.
Did you send the rocket?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so Mook's good.
Mook is
All
good.
right.
He doesn't have
Mookopotamus
it.
is
He doesn't
good?
have it yet.
I'll be right back.
Wait,
He'll have it by the time the next episode goes. Oh,
Sean
boy.
just left. For those of you that aren't watching on video, Sean left. I'm not sure what's going on.
Greg did check the P.O. box.
What do you got there,
guys.
man?
This is big because I had to. This was not easy.
Sean's got something. I'm gonna do play-by-play here.
Mm-hmm.
Sean
here's
just
what's
went
going
and fetched a bag.
Most of these brands that we do, I'll reach out to them on Twitter. And they'll say, hey, listen, we gave you some showcasing. We gave you a little showcasing. I just like a response. What do you think? Anything? And I guess some people don't reply.
Okay.
They just don't reply.
That's fine.
Kinda. I mean, Duncan ghosted me. I got my black card.
Duncan gave you a black card.
I know, but I think they're kind of off me. But anyways. So, who out of all the brands would you think sent us stuff?
Oh, we got some stuff.
Absolutely
He's pulling out 3.
Does that say
looks
what
like
got?
sweatshirts,
Tim?
T-shirts.
Good catch.
Is this what I think it is?
Hold on.
Take a look who is hooking us up with shirts.
Shirts.
What do we got, guys?
Oh my God. We've got Otis shirts, guys.
And look at the back.
The back.
Made to move you.
How about that,
So,
guys?
Otis stepping up.
Otis came through.
I did say to them, that, listen, because you're taking care of us, we will do our best to exclusively ride Otis only.
I'll say right now, they are the official elevator
They
of
are
the Consumers
100%.
Podcast.
Yeah.
They were great. Their social media
This
team
is
was awesome.
outstanding, man. I just got
Pepperidge Farm all over it.
Flavor Blast all over
Yeah,
it.
Flavor Blast, but
This is a great shirt.
It's a great shirt,
So, yeah.
man.
So, all I can say is the clock's ticking, Starbucks.
Oh,
all
that's
I'm saying.
great
Yeah.
work, Shawnee. That's great.
Now, you can thank the gang at Otis, man.
All I can
Team
say
Otis,
is
man.
sorry, Randy.
Yeah.
I know, man. I didn't know what to do there.
No, this is awesome, man.
This is
awesome.
great.
Thank you, Otis. You guys are fantastic.
Otis?
Thank you.
I think they're fans.
So who's come through for us so far? Cheesecake Factory, Otis.
Duncan came through with me.
Duncan got you a black card.
Duncan does give you free stuff.
Brazzi says there's some stuff on the way.
Yeah, we're going to believe it when we see it, Brazzi.
Yeah, there's Brazzi said there is some GIF stuff and some Uncrustable stuff coming.
Yeah.
Incredible. Somebody else. Didn't somebody else give us something?
Well, I have 2 things cooking right now that I'm real close on one. It takes a lot of work. You got to hammer these guys.
Don't hammer them.
I know
Please, for the love of God, do not hammer them.
Sean,
man.
let them know who you
I am
are.
a born salesman.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you are a squatcher. That's somebody who can't sell.
Oh.
So please, you take orders. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
This is what I do. You're fine. I'm fine. Everyone is good. The brands are good. But
People are going to hate us. They're going to hate
They're
us.
not going to hate us, man. I back off when I know I'm out.
Just promise me that as much as possible, you're dropping Greg Warren's name when you handle it.
100%, man. I send them the website.
Okay, good.
That's great.
In fact, I actually, you know who I am? I'm just Sean, Greg's assistant.
Oh, perfect.
That's how I set the table.
How a lot of people think of you anyway.
It's like, I hate this job. He doesn't pay well.
Yeah.
But hey, I got to start somewhere, and then I just give Greg's email, and
That's great. What could go wrong?
Fine. We will feature some of the stuff that I received in our mailbox.
And thank you.
Thank you. Some cool stuff, but let's get to that in our next episode.
Yeah. A lot of Starbucks gift cards, but we could always use more.
You guys, please stop begging.
No. Real quick, I never would ask for gift cards.
Begging.
I'm saying if you send me anything to wear, I mean, I'll wear it. I already got Mookie's hat on. Well, not now, but I have had it on. I've worn his hat.
It's a great hat.
And anything else, any item, send me your local business. I'll wear it.
I will wear your Starbucks gift cards around my neck.
Oh, God.
I don't.
I'm kidding. I am kidding.
He's not.
I'm kidding.
Beggar.
Greg.
All right, guys.
Greg wants them.
We're going to just talk some dates real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do we got cooking here?
Oh, we're doing it off the phone.
No, I just want to make sure I was lined up. Tim Convy, where can you see him next?
I will be at Boomer's Comedy Club as far as Sean's notes are concerned.
Greg actually will be at Bonkers, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Tim's got shows coming up. Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, May 3rd?
Yeah, I won't.
And this is?
We just announced, a couple of shows. So Ludo is going to be at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater out here. A big festival called Point Fest.
So cool, dude.
311, The Urge, Alien Ant Farm. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting some other cool ones.
Tom Rundgren?
The festival. Rundgren will not be there. A few of Randy's
Banging
projects.
the drum?
A few of Randy's projects will be there.
Oh, yeah.
But that is May. It's in the middle of May.
It was the Allman Brothers, or it was a spinoff then. Almond Joy?
Yeah, Almond Joy. So good. That's great. There's got to be an Allman Brothers cover band called that.
Yeah.
Randy, we might be starting one. And then we announced Can You Feel the Punk Tonight is Saturday, May 3rd. It is all your favorite Disney songs played by a cool punk rock band that I get to be in. And it's just really fun. You can bring the kids. That's May 3rd. So you can check all that stuff out on my website if you want, timconvystuff.com. And then, lots of comedy stuff that'll be announced soon.
Beautiful, man. And then Greg coming up February 27th, Boca Black Box, Florida. Boca Raton Black Box.
Is it Raton or Raton? Boca Raton?
Great question.
I'll take either.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can see Greg there at the
You didn't
Boca
say
Black.
Boomer.
Didn't say Boomer. That's February 27th. Boca, our buddy Greg.
Limited tickets on that deal.
Oh,
tickets are moving. And then a couple days later, March 1st, you can see Greg in Orlando at Bonkers with a Z.
With a Z.
Love Bonkers.
A lot of extra cheddar with an X. Bonkers with a Z. That's important to us. March 1st in Orlando, Fla. And then that's me being an idiot on purpose. March 6th. Greg, what do we got? Thank you. March 6th, guys, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, at the Lures Center.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? And then lastly, March 8th, Pittsburgh Winery in Pittsburgh, PA.
Love it.
Awesome.
That's where you can see. And then last thing, Greg and I will be in, is that a court?
Not a public.
Oh,
gig.
my mistake. So
sorry, Coterie.
Sorry, Coterie.
Coterie
of the Oh.
Thanks to the Coterie. Thanks to Sean. Thanks to Randy. Thanks to Tim.
Nateland@sea.com.
Nateland@sea.com.
Yes, get those tickets. Want to see you guys.
We have been three rednecks reading Wikipedia.